Zwom. Doot, 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 doot. BMO.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another BMO Creative crypto video. So this one is about the Atosee people. The Atosee are little people of the Alabama and the Coasati Native American folklore. Most often they are described as being child-sized and hairy, with a large head and a strange voice that sounds like the whine of a dragonfly. The Cree and the Innu describe them as having narrow faces, and some Menominee storytellers have said that they have no nose. They are said to have peculiar powers, like things that are easy to lift up for a regular-sized person are difficult for them, and things that are hard to lift up for a regular-sized person are easy for them. They are sometimes considered nature spirits and referred to in English as dwarves or fairies, or even pukwudgies. So pukwudgie is like a very common term now, kind of like Sasquatch is sometimes called a hide behind. Hide behind is not new, it's just a Sasquatch, but people call them hide behinds, or the white thing. It's just a white-haired Sasquatch. But anyway, they are usually invisible, but sometimes reveal themselves as miniature, child-sized people. Atosee are feared little creatures because of their aggression, territorial nature, cannibalistic tendencies, and the use of darts, arrows, spears, and other weapons coated in poison or venom. Although I did find frequent accounts of stories of them actually helping people. They have magical powers and are said to harshly punish people who are disrespectful or aggressive towards them. And being disrespectful or aggressive to an Atosee is just simply being in their territory, fishing when you're not allowed, doing anything in their territory that you're not allowed to do, they think is disrespectful. Their name literally means little people, and some non-Cherokee people refer to them by the nickname the Yunwi. But that is an error that I found in an old country book by Louis L'Amour, actually, that said that a Cherokee tracker pointed at one of these little people that was near the water and said Yunwi. And the white trappers that were being led by the Cherokee tracker didn't understand that the Cherokee word for person is Yunwi. And that's all that the tracker said. And so the white trappers started calling the little people Yunwi. So that's now a nickname for them. The Memegwesi are a more famous tribe of the Atosee that lived near riverbanks. They were generally calmer and even traded fish for leather goods, but sometimes would untie canoes and pull them into the current and let them be washed away, or they would steal things when they're not shown proper respect, which is again trespassing, doing things that you didn't get permission to do in their area. In some Ojibwe traditions, Memegwesi can only be seen by children, which is very similar to the Atosee, of course, and they can also be seen by medicine people. So people that tend to pay attention to their imagination, and people that tend to not expect or are not trained to just see the world like children. Children just see what's in front of them. They take everything at face value, whereas as you grow up, you tend to take things for granted. And so you're kind of blind. You don't actually see everything that's right in front of you. And I think that's why medicine people are that way too. They're able to see them because they can just see them. In other traditions, though, they can appear in front of anyone and sometimes help humans if you give them tobacco or other gifts when you come into their area. It has been said that their tribe name comes from the Ojibwe word for hairy, which is Memi, since the Memegwesi are usually described as having hairy faces and bodies. It is sometimes said that the Atosee were originally created from the bark of trees because of the toughness of their skin. There are stories where they're able to walk up to a campfire and grab coals out of the campfire and throw them at you, or hold them in their hands just to keep warm. which is an amazing ability. Arrows almost never pierce their skin, and when they are hit with a spear or a large stick or a club or a tomahawk or an axe, the sound of the blow against their skin sounds a lot like striking a tree branch with that same weapon or tool. And they almost were never pierced by an axe or cut by a knife. You would just, if you struck against them, it would be like striking a piece of wood, and it would just knock them back and not harm them at all. There have been bodies found, as well as artifacts, to support the stories of these aggressive little people that science only explains as mummified children with illnesses that made their bodies and their bones and their skin age, kind of like progeria is a good example. In the 1830s, in Coshocton, Ohio, a graveyard was unearthed which contained the skeletons belonging to a pygmy race of Native Americans. The graves in the cemetery were just 3 feet long or smaller. Author Mary Joyce wrote a book about this called Cherokee Little People Were Real. That's literally the name of her book, and I put her down in the right corner of this image. You can see in the top left, that's a guy holding a Cherokee weapon. It's like a push dagger, and in his other hand is a push dagger used by the Atosee people. They found lots of tiny little weapons and stuff, and that mask beneath that is what the Cherokees used as an Atosee mask. So there you go. What do you think of the Atosee? Leave a comment below. Anyway, that is going to do it for this one. Thanks so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe to BMO Creative for more crypto videos. Thanks so much. Bye.